7 signs that you're being way too nice with women. Cue the intro.
Okay.
What's up, man? Patrick James here, and in this video, like I said in the intro, you're gonna get 7 signs that you're probably being way too nice with the women that you want. And then after I tell you the 7 signs, if any of them fit you or your current dating situation, don't get offended and don't get discouraged, because I'm gonna give you an action step to take right now as soon as you get done watching this video that's going to fix this problem and set you off on the right track to success. So let's get after it. Sign number 1 that you are probably way too nice with the women that you want is the girl you want often loses interest once she finds out how you feel about her. Now let me ask you this. Have you ever had a situation like that where you had a crush on a girl, things were cordial between you and her, but as soon as she found out that you either had a crush on her or maybe you asked her to hang out one-on-one on like a date type situation, things just kind of got awkward and she kind of seemed more distant and she was talking to you a little bit less than normal? If that's the case, then you were probably way too nice with this girl right off the bat. Sign number 2. A specific girl comes to mind when I ask you, who's the one that got away? Do you have a girl where you felt like you and her were perfect for each other, but for one reason or another, things didn't work out and you felt like she got away and you want her back and you don't know how to get her back and it's keeping you from meeting all these other women? If that's the case, then you're probably too nice with women. Sign number 3. You often attract the girls you don't want, while the ones you're actually attracted to end up liking someone else. Right? A lot of us guys, especially me early on, before I got into dating advice, before I became the Patrick James who's on this YouTube channel that you already see right now, I'd be really interested in one girl, but this other girl who I had zero desire to ever date, for some reason had a crush on me. And that happens to a lot of guys, especially a lot of guys that I work with. They find the ever elusive 9 or 10 unattainable, but then they can easily attract the 6s and the 7s. And I don't normally rate women on a scale of 1 to 10. I'm just telling you this for the purposes of example. If you put women on a pedestal, then it's gonna be harder for you to attract those girls just because those girls see you as below them because you're framing yourself as below them because you see them as a 9 or a 10. But I'm getting off topic. I was just making an example for the purposes of this video, and that's sign number 3. Sign number 4 that you're probably too nice with women. You are constantly the 3rd or 5th wheel with your couple friends. Now, let me ask you this. Do you ever go to hang out with your buddies? Maybe you guys go out to some social circle event, but everybody's paired off and you're the awkward guy who's still single, and maybe you're a good wingman and maybe the couples like you as a person, but for whatever reason, you're never in their shoes. You're never the guy who has your girl while your friends are tagging along. If that's the case, you're probably too nice with girls. All right, sign number 5, you recently got out of a relationship and don't know how to jump back into the dating scene. Now this one is key because this happens to a lot of guys, right? Especially a lot of the guys who follow me and my advice. A lot of people think that my fans and my followers tend to be like the younger crowd, and I definitely have a lot of younger guys, the guys my age who follow me, but there's a whole other subset and a whole other percentage of guys who watch my videos, who invest in my courses, who invest in one-on-one coaching with me, who are recently out of a long-term marriage. Maybe they have kids, maybe they don't, but they're rusty. They don't know how to jump back into the dating scene, and when they go up and talk to girls, it's just not clicking for them, and probably because they're being too nice. So that's sign number 5. Sign number 6 is the girl you're seeing tends to always have the power in your relationship with her, right? If you've been in a relationship in the past, and I see this all the time, do you feel like she was the one calling all the shots, who held all the power, who was leading a lot? And this is one of those sticking points that I see a lot in the guys who I coach on a one-on-one basis, is that they're letting the girls lead them in their interactions. The girls are calling the shots. The girls are deciding where they eat and where they don't eat. The girls deciding when they do have sex or when they don't have sex, right? If she's leading the interaction, then you're probably being too nice in your interactions with the women moving forward. And sign number 7 is after a few minutes of high-charged banter and flirting, the conversation fizzles out and she quickly loses interest. Now, this one definitely happens to a lot of the guys who are probably single. They're going out meeting women in bars or nightclubs, or even if they approach a girl during the day, like at a grocery store or at a coffee shop, right? If you find that you're getting into a lot of good conversations, maybe there's some signs of attraction there, but after a few minutes of high charge banter and communication, right, the conversation just fizzles out, it loses steam, and then you guys go your separate ways and nothing ever comes of it. And if that's ever happened to you, then you're likely being too nice with the women that you want. Now I'm gonna put this down and explain what I mean. So, if any of those signs apply to you or your interactions with women in the past or your interactions with women right now, then you're likely being too nice with women. And what do I mean by this? Well, here's the thing, man. A lot of nice guys are nice because they feel like if they're nice to girls, then they will like them in return. It's like a treat others how you would like to be treated yourself type of thing, right? But here's the thing that a lot of guys don't realize, and this is why being nice never works out to getting the women that you actually want. It's because guys who are intentionally nice are only nice because they hope to get something in return, right? The guy who's the nice guy who gets friend zoned a lot, he holds the doors open, he buys the girl flowers, he does all these romantic gestures just to get the reaction of attraction in return from this girl. And if you've ever been nice in the past, then you know what I mean when I say that shit doesn't work. And the reason why it doesn't work is because she can sense the neediness. She can smell it a mile away, right? Because being nice inherently implies that you're validation seeking, reaction seeking. You're afraid to take risks with her. Now that said, I'm not saying you can't be nice with women. Obviously you can be nice with women, but there's a fine line between being the nice guy who does nice things and romantic things just so she'll like you and approve of you and be attracted back to you, and then on the other side of the line, the side of the line that you should be on, is be the gentleman. Be the guy, if your personality is actually being a nice guy, be the nice guy, but don't give a shit about getting anything in return, right? When she can sense that you hold doors open for people, but you're not doing it just for her because you like her and you want her to approve of you, but you're just doing it because you're a genuinely good person, right? That's the fine line there, right? So ask yourself, when you're doing nice things, when you're doing romantic things, are you doing it because you're hoping to get the reaction of attraction back? If so, then it's not gonna work out for you, because women can smell that shit a mile away. It's a sixth sense, and they don't want the guy who puts her on a pedestal. They want the guy who she has to work for, right? Which ultimately, if you don't give a shit about her validation, and even if you do a nice thing for her one time or another, that's the guy who she has to work for, because you have standards for your own life. You have standards for the women that you approve of, and she has to prove those standards to this guy, the guy who does things for himself and doesn't give a shit what other people give him in return. Now, I did promise you one action step to take from this video moving forward. And like I said, if any of those 7 signs of being nice apply to you, don't feel bad, man. All I want you to do is master the art of validate and invalidate. Now, what do I mean by this? Well, any successful seduction in history, if you go back thousands of years and look at any successful seduction, or even think back really hard on any time where you did have success with women, I promise you there was some aspect of validate and invalidate. Now, why does this work? Well, if you think about validate as like the positive, happy, nice things, invalidate is the exact opposite. The times where she has to work for you, the times where she's not sure about how you feel about her, right? This is the conflict to the story. And if you think about like any good movie, Star Wars, Iron Man, The Matrix, there was always some sort of conflict to the story, right? There was always a problem that the main character was trying to solve. Well, when you invalidate her, when you disqualify her, when you make her qualify to you, that's what I mean by invalidate. That's like the conflict to the story. It makes the seduction interesting and fun. But without this aspect, right, that means you're being too nice and you're boring. You're not memorable. Like, just imagine if The Matrix was just positive and happy the entire time. It wouldn't be a great movie. It would have been the most boring and predictable movie known to man. So master the art of validate and invalidate. So for example, if you find out that this girl happens to like eating watermelon during the summertime, all you have to do is be like, oh, you're one of those girls? And you say with a smile on your face, so you're not being a complete dickhead, but you're just in a playful way, bantering with her. You say, oh, you're one of those girls? I told myself a long time ago I'd never date another watermelon loving girl. I just don't know if this is gonna work out. What's your name again? Right? This is all disqualifying her in a playful way. And when you can do this and balance it with the validation part, the parts where you are nice, where you are building rapport, but when you can break rapport, when you can add conflict to the story, add conflict to the seduction, then things will start to work out. She'll start to be more attracted to you. She'll start to qualify to you. And especially if you can make these disqualifications, playful disqualifications, disqualifications are good, don't get me wrong, but if you can somehow imply that these are real disqualifications, for example, I'm allergic to cats, so I can't date a girl who's in love with cats and has 10 of them, right? So that would be an actual disqualification. If you can start to make these real for you, I promise you, the results you get with women will be night and day. Now that said, mastering the art of validate and invalidate is just one chapter inside of my book, 107 Proven Ways to Get the Girl. Meaning that this video, I gave you one of the 107 proven ways. There's 106 more. And the best part is, I have 500 copies of this book printed up. We just printed some more, and I'm giving them away for free. And if you want a copy of this book, go to howtogetthegirlnow.com. All you gotta do is pay shipping and handling, and I'll ship this book to you anywhere in the world. Now that said, I do have a last announcement. I just started a brand new YouTube channel, which is going to be my vlogging YouTube channel, where I'm gonna upload every Saturday morning. So right now, this video is coming out on a Friday, meaning that tomorrow morning, I'm gonna be posting a brand new vlog to my second YouTube channel. And if you wanna see my vlog, and you wanna see what I do behind the scenes, what I'm doing in my life, how I'm interacting with my girlfriend, and how I'm building up raw dating advice from the ground up, being an entrepreneur, if that's something that interests you, then go down. I have the link to that second YouTube channel in the description below, and I'll see you tomorrow when I upload my first weekly vlog. On that note, I will see you later, my man. Peace out.
Okay.